Kai from Kai's Take Corn here. Hopefully the audio ain't going to start crackling or anything like that, because I tried to reset the mic in a better position, but I've been meaning, or not just meaning, I've been thinking that this channel is not dead. I come back and do videos when I can, or when I've got something that I want to talk about. And I've also been thinking I want to do something that also start off my love of doing videos as well, and linking to do stuff as well. I know obviously the great Chris McFeely has already started a video called Transformers the Basics, and he's very into the whole lore and mysteries and always does his research because he knows his Transformers stuff. But for me, I loved it since the 90s with VHSs of Transformer VHSs that my brother owned, along with up till with a lot of concepts and designs that go through Beast Wars all the way up till Cybertron. I literally had a big phase where I was a kid and my Transformers were Beast Wars and RID and Armada and Energon and so. And don't get me wrong, I know there's flaws in Energon, but I really enjoyed that show because I was actually a kid when I watched that. So for me, I related to a lot of characters in that show. Looking back on it now, I get all the hate it gets. But for me, Energon was one of those shows that I watched on Cartoon Network because it was Transformers and I love Transformers. I tried to get everything about the show. My very first Energon figure was Hotshot and everything. I can talk about my history and love of Transformers all the way back, and heck, I can even promote my old YouTube channel that is still alive and kicking with some of my old videos down there. But I wanted to redo some of those and bring them over to this channel. But that's not what I'm talking about. Today I want to talk about more about mouth plates or battle masks, and when it actually became a phase to introduce mouths to characters that always had, battle masks. So like Optimus Prime, I could include a Beast Wars into this mix, but I'm not, because of the fact of reasons and characters, beings. Because Optimus Prime, in the canon of the animated series of Beast Wars, he is a descendant of Optimus Prime, so he is his own character. So him having a battle mask as his thing is his own thing. But if I want to include it, then yeah, it started way back in the 90s with the battle mask. But I'm not. So the first instances of a battle mask where Optimus has a mouth and then it goes into a battle mask, and then his mouth is his general mouth play that gives him the iconic Optimus Prime look, is, if I recall, is from Transformers Cybertron or Transformers Galaxy Force, where Optimus had a mouth, spoke normally, but as soon as he goes into super mode, he gets the iconic Optimus look with the battle mask in front. That then continued on with Michael Bay's live action films, where he gave Optimus a mouth, but as soon as he ends up fighting Decepticons in all the film's iterations, he gains his iconic mouth plate that is covering his mouth, and he looks like Optimus Prime. And all movie Prime's toys, he has his mouth plate. We also can go back to 2007 / 2008 with Transformers Animated, with Optimus Prime and that having a mouth plate, and that's being incorporated within his toys. Some of his deluxe figures is with him with already a built-in mouth, with his mouth plate being built in. Some were, so we got those. Some of them didn't, but mainly his Voyager class toy, he had the mouth plate. and it was an optional piece that you could have up or down. Same with the Cybertron toy. You could, even if you didn't have him in his super mode and you had him in his base mode, you could still choose to have his mouth plate. Now you guys may be wondering, why am I suddenly talking about mouth plates and Transformers on an anime manga channel? Well, you could associate Transformers into the whole branching out of the channel of wanting me to talk about certain elements and certain things I love about certain other franchises, and me discussing about Transformers is something that I've been wanting to do and wanted to talk about generally. And so this video is, and there will be images about all the topics I've been discussing, characters and everything, all here, coming up and flashing, all there. So there's going to be a lot of editing work on this. Unscripted, but would probably sound scripted because of all the things I'm saying. But it comes to me that now the new character designs for the new Transformers show, Transformers Cyberverse, have come out. And I can give you a link to the video description, and the photos probably with the whole roster of the characters from Autobot and Decepticons are all on the link there that I will be providing down in the video description down below, but I will be providing certain ones. Now, I'm talking about more so of Grimlock. Grimlock is in the Autobot roster for Transformers Cyberverse. Sorry. And he is definitely more G1-esque than his RID 2015 counterpart. And people already started to not like his design. Mainly, some are liking it, some not. And it's mainly because he's now got a mouth. Granted, it's nothing new with Grimlock now, since RID 2015. He has a mouth, but also had a battle mask that covers his mouth that ends up giving him a iconic Grimlock look, in all fairness. But people are just disregarding, saying that they don't like the Grimlock design because he doesn't have a mouth for it. Now, granted, we got the animation model here, and then we got an image of the toy here, and the Cyberverse Grimlock toy is molded with a mouth plate over it, like general toys have been. They advertise them with a mouth for more catering with emotions and that for the kids, but having a battle mask and having his iconic mouth plate being used as a battle mask is something reasonably great idea, because Wheeljack ended up having his iconic look with as a battle mask. Definitely when you look at his Prime counterpart, where he's a different character and sorts of not as quite as Wheeljack, he mad scientist, as his Generation 1 counterpart, or most likely as his Armada animated counterpart as well that we briefly see of him. He is a completely different character that has still that mad scientist Kraton vibe in him, but he was more of a badass, and his character model in that is a very like that, and he has a mustache, but it won't get me by that he will also have a battle mask in Cyberverse that's iconic to his G1 look, because Wheeljack in Cyberverse does look like a mix between animated / G1 / Prime, and that is really what the basic is, and that's pretty much everything that's granted. So one of the reasons why I'm really a bit not annoyed about people not thinking carefully that it's became the norm now that mouth plates aren't really necessary in Transformers anymore, but they have become a staple where they're still incorporating the mouth plates, but they're more of now battle masks. I mean, Bumblebee has a battle mask, and yet he hasn't even got a mouth in the movies or in Prime until RID, and he has a battle mask in that, I believe, that makes him look like a Prime. But this whole idea that they don't like the design of Grimlock because that is like they haven't seen the toy designs where he has got a battle mask or a mouth plate on his toy. So obviously when you compare his toy with that, and then you see his generic mode of not having it up in a still shot of his basic character model, and it just shows that he will have a mouth plate. He will have a battle mask. What is a great idea that really shows, and this ain't me bashing about people's opinions, because everybody has opinions for their videos, or not just their videos, opinions on certain aspects and toy designs, and I get that and I accept their opinions. It's just sometimes when there's been images out now of new toys that are coming out for this said show that has this character that we just now seen his animation model for the very first time for that said show, and the toy shows him with a mouth plate, and his show counterpart doesn't. It should, in some cases, instantly link the two together. That he might have a battle mask, because it became the norm now since Optimus Prime. Since Optimus Prime has been having a battle mask since Cybertron. And like I said, I'm not including Beast Wars, because Optimus Prime and Beast Wars was still Generation 1 Optimus Prime, and Primal is his descendant, and it was Primal that has a battle mask that gives him a la the G1 design, but he dropped that after each incarnation, each time he upgraded from original to Transmetal to Optimal Optimus. He doesn't really have or use the battle mask in any sense of the way that it doesn't really account for anything. So it makes me think, would you like me to do occasional Transformer type topic videos, like my thoughts on the rest of the cast and designs for the new Transformers show? Would you like me to do a top 10 of my favourite Transformer characters? Or would you like me to do a little bit more some Transformer related things? Because I could do that. I don't read the comics much. I want to read the comics, but finances. So I'm only going to be doing it via the stuff I've watched, via the shows I loved and enjoyed while growing up, and just talking about general things about what I loved about them and stuff like that. It'll be a time where I think Chris McFeely might do a basics video on the whole concept of mouth plates or battle masks, because I think it will have a bit more of an insight and a little bit more detail about the whole concept and why it's got changed and transitioned into how it is now than when it began. And I think it would be a great Transformer basic topic to talk about and learn more about it with his design, with his input, with his thoughts as well. But let me know down in the comments below what you liked about these discussions and my thoughts on the whole topic about the whole Grimlock not having a mouth plate now. Yeah, just comment down below what you think about the whole idea of mouth plates, mouth guards, and what you think of the evolution of them now. The fact that most characters that had mouth plates on the Autobot side of things are now not having them, but having them more as battle masks. And that's something that I think is really driven to the idea of that's what it should be. Battle masks now, and not Decepticon wise, understandable for Decepticons still having them, because they're evil, they don't really want to show emotions. Only certain characters that never had them are like Megatron stuff, but the characters of the Autobots, they want to show a bit more emotion in the character, a little bit more, and you can't really get that with a battle mask covering their face 99.9% of the time. So turn them into a 50% of the time thing, so where they have them in battle, but then when they're not in battle they can just talk normally without it on. Everything I think is ideal, but they could have gone with Grimlock. They could have gone with the Dreamwave design of the head, where he had the sharp teeth, and so that it could emote some way like that, because of the sharp teeth representing his old Dinobot origins, the T-Rex design and everything like that. They could have instantly incorporated it with that, but they went a different route. They went more RID route with his design. I think with his design with a more G1-ish like head. But the mouth plate is going to be there. I can guarantee it. Definitely when we had the toy designs first before the show showed up, and like normal, I think the show needs to be based on the toys, like every Transformer alliteration. So we know he will have a battle mask. About giving more of a Grimlock look because of the toys, and we know that he won't have it in some of the scenes when he's not battling or fighting. But I'm just weighing more about the cast list. This has been my thoughts on the whole Grimlock having a mouth debacle, and I thought I might as well make a video on it, and here it is. But other than that, comment down below what you want me to discuss next in the Transformers world, of what I think about certain aspects, certain toys, stuff like that. I want to get into those a little bit more. Same with the Digimon side of things. I want to do a little bit more of my thoughts on those new toys that are coming out, what I think of them, and if I'm going to get them, or if I'm going to try and get them at some point in my life. And the same with like Tokusatsu and everything. I want to do videos like that when I can, but not 100% it happening as soon as these images come out. But it's like have a big build up. So I want to do the cast video and everything as a separate video from this, but hopefully that will come like either tomorrow or later down the line when I can edit it. But hopefully this is the next video up. But anyway, I've been your host, Kai from Take Corner. Don't forget to hit the bell icon. After you hit subscribe, don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notified. I'm still setting up my Patreon, still sorting it out. So I will be putting the Patreon logo somewhere on here at some point as well, and stuff like that. So you guys can, if you choose to, you can support me on Patreon. But I'm not very good at videos, so there's no point me doing a Patreon. But I'm just doing it just to see how it goes. I will close my account if necessary. But yeah, but other than that, anyway, I've been your host, Kai from Take Corner. And I'll see you next time for another Transformer discussion video, anime, manga, whatever I can think of to do a video wise. But other than that, this has been my thoughts on the whole Grimlock having a mouth debacle, and I thought I might as well make a video on it, and here it is. But other than that, comment down below what you want me to discuss next in the Transformers world. See you next time. Bye bye for now. See ya.